You're watching the RV Show USA, the country's #1 radio show about the RV lifestyle.
All right, as our regular listeners know, from time to time we bring you stories of great places where you can stay for free in your RV and meet great people, all who have something in common, that they are affiliated with the RV club called Harvest Hosts. Right now, let's scoot on over to Arizona and visit with today's Harvest host, Sam Pillsbury from Pillsbury Winery. So rumor has it, you're killing it out there, winning all kinds of awards, Sam.
You know, it's a stunning kind of shock to me every year. Every year I tell my staff, don't get your hopes up, guys. You don't just keep getting good stuff every year. You know, it's like a wave. It goes up and down. You got to ride the waves. And this year we got best of class for one of our wines. We got double golds. We got golds. And I ran through from the San Francisco Chronicle, which is like 7,000 entries, over 1,100 wineries. I ran through all of the awards to some of the top Napa Valley wineries, and we beat most of them in the little piece of dirt down by the Mexican border in Arizona.
Well, you know, 14 awards is what my notes say. That's a whole lot of awards to win for last year.
We did last year. We got 14 out of 14 submissions, and this year we did the same thing, 14 out of 14. We've got a medal for every wine we submitted, and I think so far we've had something like best of class, 4 double golds, 4 golds, and 24 silvers.
Wow. I mean, your website is spectacular. I mean, you do it first class. Who knew? I did not know that Arizona was a state that was really great for growing grapes and for making wine.
Well, people have some misconceptions about wines. One of the things that's really interesting is that according to extensive genetic research by UC Davis, all classical wine grape varieties originated in the Middle East, in the desert, in southeastern Anatolia, in Turkey, and they were brought to Europe by the Greeks and the Romans 1,000 years ago. So those beautiful green rolling hills that you see the vines on, and in Napa and California, that's not where they really come from. They actually like the desert. It's a very peculiar, it's a very peculiar fruit. But what it does is, when you plant it in fertile soil, unlike a lot of vegetables and other fruits, it just produces canopy. It just produces leaves. It likes to struggle, and when it struggles, it produces grapes, and when it struggles hard, it produces really great grapes. And you know, the Arizona is I don't know what is like 30% desert, 50%. But another thing that people don't seem to be aware of, it's not all Sonora Desert. It's a lot of mountains, and the Grand Canyon's closed in the winter because of snow. So the Sonora Desert's too hot. But if you go high altitude, like we're at 4,500 feet, it cools right down. You get way more UV, which has a profound effect on the fruit. It makes the skin thicker on the grapes, which is where a lot of the color and the flavor, the aroma comes from. The extra UV softens the tannins, and then you have these huge diurnal temperature swings. At night it drops 40 degrees and shocks the vines and slows everything down. It's like a secret weapon. The land's cheap. There's plenty of labor. There's plenty of water. I mean, hello.
Wow. Rumor has it that you guys are pretty sensitive to the environment out there at Pillsbury Winery.
We care passionately about that. We're organic. We never use any chemical sprays or fertilizers. We hand harvest everything. We never make wine from fruit except what we produce ourselves, so we can attest to the purity and the quality of the fruit. We make the wines on the property, and we even ferment most of our wines with the wild yeast that they come in on. So, because I wanted look, there's too much generic food and wine in the world. I wanted to make something that was original and unique and came from a place. So our wines are all of those three things. And I started out doing this for ideological reasons. I never expected to send a not classical Napa Valley Chardonnay or a not classical Napa Valley Syrah off to California and get double gold. That's what keeps happening. So what do you know?
Wow. So is there a particular time of year as a vintner when it's do or die? And if there is, when is it?
Oh, there's 2 times. One is in the month of April, just after you get these little tiny bud breaks popping, you get these little delicate little flowers. If we get a freezing cold night, it can kill all those little buds, and that'll really pretty much ruin your harvest. You see this in Florida a lot with the smudge pots in the citrus groves, and it can happen. It can happen to the apple orchards around Wilcox too. We have perfected a system of strategically placed fires when that happens, so we seem to have that one under control. And the other thing is at harvest, and the one thing that's not ideal for us in Arizona is that at harvest time, which is like September, October, or August, September, October, that's when the monsoon season starts up, and we get these rolling cells coming up from the Gulf of Mexico. You really don't want it to rain when you're harvesting, because it can cause the grapes to rot. You don't want it thunder and lightning when you've got your guys out there hand picking the grapes. But we've pretty much perfected a way of dodging those. And in fact, the nice thing about them is the rain's good for the vines, and the cloud cover drops the temperatures and slows down the ripening process. So even that you can turn to your advantage. But it's farming. You're a victim. If it gets too cold in April, it doesn't matter how many fires I have. I'm screwed.
Yeah, there you go. Tell me about your relationship with RVers and harvest hosts, Sam.
Well, this is a funny one. This connection was initiated by a woman called Bonnie Lee, who we named our top wine after, actually. And this was about 5 or 6 years ago. I think the harvest host people came in occasionally. They're always nice. It was kind of inconsequential. For some reason, in the last year, we sometimes have two visitors a night. The night before last, when I was out at the vineyard, I live in Phoenix. There were two harvest host people. They come in, they taste some wine, they buy some wine. Without fail, these have been some of the nicest, most open-minded, generous, intelligent people I've ever met, and we just love having them. And that's not a story. That's the absolute truth.
And they can actually stay for free there at Pillsbury Winery if they're a member of this club.
Yep, they can. And it's funny, they always call me up and say, well, where can we park? Is there a good place for us to park? I say, listen, I've got 100 acres. You can park wherever you want.
How does it work in terms of making a reservation, Sam?
People call me up. I can always tell it's a harvest host. They must have a rule about how they perform it. They call up and they say, hello, my name is, Susan. And I can say the next line, which is, and I'm a member of Harvest Host. And I say, look, you're just, if I'm not there, call this other number. You can park anywhere you like, and we love it if you buy some wine. It helps. And they've just always been great. In fact, we had a couple the night before last. We spent several hours in the winery doing blending trials with red wines. And this couple came in and just sat there for 2 hours while we sniffed and sipped these wines and hardly said a word and just made notes. And they were fascinated. I think people think that winemaking is a lot simpler than it is. It's actually really complicated. And they seemed kind of blown away, actually, which was kind of fun.
But it seems like you get a good education. Not only can you stay in a beautiful place, but you can learn a lot as well as taste some of the best wines around.
Yes, I think that is true. And we also have a huge organic vegetable garden, and I tell unless I forget, I usually tell those people, if you want. At the moment, the only thing we've got is arugula because it survives the snow. I said, just go and help yourself. It's all organic, and you cut it and eat it within 15 minutes. Nothing like real fresh,
So much better than the grocery store. Listen, we're about out of time. We're going to go ahead and put up a link to PillsburyWine.com on our website, and best of continued success. Thank you for helping out the people at Harvest Hosts.
It's been a real pleasure. They've been a joy in our lives, and we love them all.
All right, good deal. Thanks so much. All right, there you go, folks. Bye-bye. Another very cool place where you can stay for free. Just like Sam said, if you're a member of Harvest Hosts, and we've got a deal for our radio listeners, it's $79 a year. You can stay at over 700 places like Pillsbury Winery for free. But if you buy your membership now, we've got a 15% discount that you will receive as a listener of the show. And all you got to do is go to harvesthosts.com / what is it, Miss Katie? / radio 2019? / radio. Okay, go to harvesthosts.com / radio.
Hi, this is Goose from the RV Show USA, and these are today's winners to ensure you get your $50 gift card. Make sure you send an email to info at thervshowusa.com. And if you would like to enter to win a $50 gift card of your very own, head over to thervshowusa.com and sign up for our email list. And if you like this video and would like to see more, make sure you hit the subscribe button. It's right over there. And turn on the notifications so you will be notified whenever a new video comes out for the RV Show USA. And as always, thank you for watching.